KG. I'm Brittany.
And I'm Tia.
And today we have a special guest, and we'll get into that. What's our topic, sis?
So our topic today is going to be when to cut people off. Okay?
Cut them off.
When do we cut people off?
Yes.
When do you give them them papers, those eviction notices?
The walking papers, like.
Yes, it's time to go. Okay?
And that can be as far as whoever you're talking to, dating, in a relationship with.
Family members, anybody.
Friends.
When do you let it go?
When do you let it go?
When do you let it go? Okay? But before we get into this video, go ahead and subscribe. Okay? Make sure you hit that subscribe button and also the bell so you can get any notifications anytime we drop any new videos.
Yeah.
Okay? Welcome to any newcomers, new subscribers. Welcome to the Big Mama Tribe. Love to have you. And we're about to get into this topic, okay?
And we do have a very special guest today. My fiance, Mark.
How you doing?
Hi, Mark.
Good.
He's been so gracious to join us today. He's going to shed some light for, I guess, from the male perspective.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, because they be on here talking bullshit. So.
What? We're not gonna do this.
That's what we're not gonna do.
We're not gonna do this.
We're gonna come on here. Give us a voice.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna just get right into it. So, when to let it go? When do you let people go?
That's a hard thing. I feel like it's different for everyone.
Absolutely.
For me personally, I have to let it go when I feel disrespected and I've already addressed this with you.
Right.
If it's an ongoing thing and I just feel like you're being disrespectful, I done told you, what I don't like. I told you my boundaries and you keep stepping over them. It's a wrap.
Right.
I don't like that. Because me, I'm very direct. So if it's a problem, I'm going to tell you. Now, I might think about how I'm going to go about telling you. Because everybody is different. Everybody perceives things differently. So I might got to have a conversation in my head first. But after that, and after I actually talk to you and you keep on doing it, it's over. I'm tired of it.
So in this particular situation, are you talking about just everybody, or are you talking about like somebody
I'm dating.
Somebody you're dating.
Because as far as, it can be friends too. It's just a little bit more complicated when you get to friends and family.
Yeah.
Because family, that's your family.
Okay, so let's stick on dating.
Yeah, let's stick on dating right now.
So Mark, how do you feel about that? When is enough enough, and when do you let go while dating someone? Like, what's your limits?
It depends on what the person is giving me. I feel like if you showing me like, we going somewhere with it, then I feel like I can hang around. Depending on what your body language is showing me, how you speaking. Like if we moving towards, like when I first started talking to her, I felt something. So I was like, okay, let me see where this can go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I had a lot of red flags that was kind of throwing me off.
What red flags?
That from my like where I was at in my life.
What was the red flag?
You know what I'm saying? Like, her having a kid that was already to be a stepfather. Was I ready to step into that role where she wanted me to step into that role?
Okay, that's something that
you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you had some instances where she was a little cuckoo cachoo.
Hey yo,
and cuckoo for the cocoa puffs.
Don't sound like I was crazy, yo.
3 in the morning, she holding my phone like the boy for Lord of the Rings.
Hey, first of all, if you want to tell the story, tell it right. You're not about to be pursuing me and act like we're serious. And I need to check your phone. I'm sorry. I want to see what I'm dealing with.
3 in the morning, I'm asleep.
Yes, that's a perfect time.
My phone.
That's an opportune time.
Hey, yo.
First of all, I don't know how she got into my phone, so I thought I had a lock on there.
You didn't.
So I mean, I did. See, I was sleeping. That was my fault.
You didn't. And I wanted to know what kind of man. I had a few traumas. We talked about traumas last episode.
Right.
Go check it out. We'll link it. But yeah, I had trauma from my previous relationship. So I wanted to know, was he a liar?
Right.
Immediately, off the bat.
Right.
Are you a liar? Let me see. You know what I mean?
My hoes are checking up on me.
You know what?
Don't get
Okay.
They heard from me in a couple of days. They want to make sure I was okay.
Anyway.
Well, clearly that wasn't enough for you to let it go. So,
No, it wasn't,
what is enough for you to let it go? When do you call it quits? Like in what situations, what incidents ever happened? And you don't have to just speak on, you know, you and Brittany's relationship. You've dated people before her. So
Yeah,
in those situations where you had to let a situation go, what made you say, you know what, this no longer serves me, I'm over it?
I don't know, because niggas is different. I mean, I know I can't speak for everybody else.
We talking about
but I'm here for myself. I don't know. I mean, we still gonna want to fuck regardless. It don't matter if you want some shit or not. Like, if you still, you know, letting me do the thing, then I'm still gonna be around.
But
I mean,
what
to the point where I feel like I can't
for?
fuck with this bitch unless she tripping. I'm trying to think. I never had nobody.
You did cut crazy
people off before.
I mean, if you was playing games, like if you.
Well, what kind of games?
Like if I'm texting you, I'm trying to have a conversation, give me bullshit answers. You know, we can't really. I always find myself a good conversationalist. So if you can't hold a conversation, and I'm trying to talk to you, and you're telling me about how, you know, you braided your mom and your sister hair today, I'm like, I don't want to talk about that. I'm like, I want to know what's in your. I want to know what's in your mental, like what your aspirations, what you're trying to do in life. You know, what your goals is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and if we ain't on the same way, because I'm in college at this time. You know, and I'm meeting different people, and I'm expanding my mind, so I want to know where you at. And if I feel like you want some of this bullshit, I mean, I'll still hit. You know what I'm saying? It's being a nigga in me. You know what I mean? I still, you know, but as far as taking you seriously, I probably won't do that. You know what I'm saying? So, to the point where I feel like I need to cut you off. If you're doing that, and on top of doing that, on top of not giving me any type of vibe, like good conversation, and you bullshitting, like one word text.
Okay.
You know.
They don't seem interested.
You know, yeah, like they playing games. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hang out, I'm trying to chill. You always doing something, or I feel like you bullshitting me. Then I was just like, all right, she bullshitting. I release a number in like a day, 2 days.
Okay, you know? That's all it takes.
You know,
somebody not interested, or
you know,
right?
I mean,
or, you know, not.
And it's different. Like y'all know, we still gonna try to get ours in, especially if we find you attractive. Like, all right, I'm still trying to pop, but you bullshitting as far as me trying to get in a relationship with you. I don't really care about that. I'm like, okay, when are we gonna hang out? That's what I'm trying to figure out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really care. Okay, you not giving me what I'm looking for in a girlfriend and a potential wife. I don't even care about that. It's like, okay, cool. You're not giving me that vibe. All right, that's fine. But are you giving me when you gonna let me hit vibe?
Hey, yeah, you know what?
That's the vibe. That's the next vibe I'm looking for.
Okay, so when do you cut off? We understand all of that.
You know what I'm saying?
When do you cut off a relationship?
When you cut off a relationship,
like, what has a woman done to where you're like, you know what? I feel like this is over.
Well, see, that's always been my problem. I'm always been like on some Captain Sablehood shit where I felt like I wanted to stick it out. I wanted to be the one to stick it out and try to make it work. I never knew when to stop.
Okay.
And that was always my problem. I always got my heart broken because I never knew when to stop. I never listened to my heart or follow them flags and be like, all right, this bitch is bullshitting. She ain't doing this. She don't like to give no head. She only bounce on it for 2 seconds. You know,
and that's a deal breaker for him.
You know, I need big sexual chemistry is big for me. That's one of the things too. Yeah. But
that's a love language.
Even then, I never knew when to cut it off.
So if the sex was good, you was with it.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, even then I didn't know the cut. Even if sex probably wasn't bad, because like I still was in love with you, so I was kind of like trying to figure out, all right, where can we?
How can we make it work?
So I don't know. I always had a problem with that. Like,
so you don't.
That's why I always got played.
You don't know when.
And I never wanted to be the breaky, anyways. Man, break up with me.
So you rather them break up?
Yeah, so I can hold it over your head for the rest of your life.
Hey, you know, Patty, Big Patty, Cancer.
He's a Cancer.
Big Patty.
So we also have a horoscope in there. He's a Cancer. So yeah, a little bit petty.
So for me, when it comes to dating, pretty much if you're inconsistent, that's not attractive. That's a turn off. You gotta get cut off. I communicate very well. So if I'm feeling a type of way, I'm going to tell you how you feel. Like, I mean, how I feel.
Right.
As far as like, all right, if you being inconsistent, I'm gonna let you know. And sometimes I may not be verbally telling you, you know what I mean, like what's up with you at first. Right. I'm just trying to see, I'm trying to feel you out. I'm trying to feel the situation out, because I'm one of those type of people, I kind of overthink, and sometimes I get ahead of myself. So I kind of always like have conversations with myself before I jump to conclusions. Okay. That's just how I am. So I might just be feeling like, all right, this person not giving me the vibes, or they're being inconsistent, or like their words is just not matching their actions. So I'm like, okay, well, we want to just see what they're going to do. So maybe I'll fall back a little bit to see exactly what you're going to do. And once I see that you want bullshit, because a lot of people, what they'll do is like, all right, when you fall back and be on the same time they on, that's when they come back and be like, oh no, you bullshitting me. Like, I'm giving you the like, same vibe. What you talking about? Like, I'm matching your energy at this point. Right. So that kind of, and see, that's the thing. I don't like to play the whole cat and mouse game. Like, I'm not going to be doing it. It's either you feeling me, I'm feeling you, and it's matching, or it ain't happening. So typically when I see that pattern, that's when I'm cutting people off. Now, being deep into like a relationship, that's during dating. Like, if you're trying to get to know somebody, because it's like, how can you really get to know somebody if they're not being consistent, you know what I mean, or it's one-sided. Okay, so that's like dating. Now, in a relationship, what I will say is I'm all or nothing in a relationship. So it's either I'm all the way in it or I'm done. So it takes a while, especially because I don't have like a lot of relationships, and typically when I'm in relationships, I'm in there for a long time. So I love that person, right? So you try, because a relationships is, you know, a partnership. Like, y'all try to work it out. You just get into an argument and then it's over. No, that's not how it goes. Like,
for some people,
but I feel
you,
like
that's not how it goes.
For me, that's not how it goes. You know what I mean? So I really care a lot. So I'm gonna try to make it work. But when enough is when, like Sissy said, feeling disrespected is no longer serving me. Like, if I done told you all of these times, like, okay, I don't like this, I don't like that, and you're totally disregarding how I feel, then you really don't care. I feel like I don't like to repeat myself. And when I continuously feel like I'm repeating myself multiple times, you don't give a fuck. Right. So why should I? Why should I give a fuck? So at this point, I'm done. It no longer serves me. And sometimes I can agree with Mark, like, you don't know when to like let certain things go. But with me, it's literally like a switch. I swear. I can literally go from caring so much about somebody to being like, you never exist. Right. Like, you never exist. Right. It's kind of scary, because that's just how it is.
Same.
Yeah.
Facts, and people feel that though too. Like, I had a situation with one of the first girls that I dated, and like, she played shit on me after a few months, and like, it was like one of my first situations. So like, you know, I was heartbroken. I put a hole in the wall. Broke my shit all up.
Oh man.
And I feel that too. But I told myself, next time I run to this bitch, I was gonna reinvent myself. And when we kind of reconnected, like I think it was like maybe a year later, I felt more confidence in myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I never had the most confidence. So when I even told her that, I was like, when I was with you, I wasn't confident in myself. You know what I'm saying? So the second time around, I felt more confident. You know what I'm saying? My head was a little bit high. You know what I mean? And like, I could feel it though. Cause like, I was kind of ignoring her, and like, I didn't really give a fuck no more. You know what I'm saying? So like,
that was the switch.
She was the switch. She was getting mad because I was on the phone. She was talking to a bunch of bitches and shit like that, getting jealous. The bitch was just picking me up from work like almost every night, driving me all the way home. Like, it's at night. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna let you do it. I don't give a fuck about you. And I felt good in that moment, because I felt like I got my pain back.
Like, you switched
it up on you. I was like, I remember when I was so in love with you, but now I don't give a fuck.
Hey, it could be real quick.
It can.
Especially if you've been trying with somebody, and it's just like one day you're like, you know what? Fuck you.
No, seriously.
Like, you know what?
Exactly.
I'm actually like, what? What's on?
What's that song? You're like, fuck what I said. it don't mean shit now. Fuck all the presents, all it. No, I felt it. Real quick, because it don't mean shit now.
Yeah,
like, for real.
You get to your limit where you just like, you know what, I'm done. And you gotta remember who you are. You know, it was a lot of times where I was accepting things in past relationships. I'm like, you got, listen, like, I am Brittany here. Like, let's be clear.
Okay? Remember who you are.
Remember who you are and take your power back. Like, bye-bye. And then that person, like, you know, if they, you know, really care about you, they trying to like scramble to trying to
get it together.
And it's like, no, you had ample time. And at that point, if I wash my hands of you, I'm usually done.
Right.
I'm usually like, you know what? It's not even there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even like you no more. Like, you know what I mean? I have love for you, but like, it's over.
Yeah. I've definitely had that situation where, you know, I was like done, and it's kind of hard to kind of get back to that because I feel like you played a game with me.
Right.
When I was all in it, you played a game, and now that I'm saying fuck you, now all of a sudden you're so ready. Like, that's corny as shit. Right. And like, nah, I'm good. Yeah. So it's kind of hard. That's when they say you crossed me, you lost me, or like. Catch me while I care, like that's a real thing. That's a real thing.
Yeah,
because once I don't give a fuck, you gonna be big mad.
Right.
Yeah, your feelings gonna be hurt.
You like,
it feel good though.
You cheating that whole time? No, I wasn't.
It feel good. It feel good when you get your voice, when you get your like, you know, your confidence back, when you remind yourself
of who you are.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because then it's like, you know, you show them, like, especially when you upgrade on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they see it.
You walking away is the upgrade.
Yeah, period.
No, that too, but you always want to let them know, like, I was with you because I felt the way I felt, and you was giving me what I wanted at that time. But I could do so much better.
Oh my God.
Like, stop playing with me. Like, come on now.
People take you for granted.
Like, come on now, man. Then when you see me, somebody look better than you, or see me doing shit, then now you're mad. Now you feel the same way. Now you sorry.
Well, it is what it is.
Like, I can't believe
it. Feel good though. You got your chest. Like, yeah, bitch, told you. Like, stop playing with me. Man.
Yeah.
Like, I do this. Like, I was with you because I wanted to be with you.
Right.
But people don't understand that though. People take you for granted. You know what I mean?
Sometimes they do, and that's why you gotta. That's when you cut it off.
Yeah.
When somebody starts taking you for granted.
Yeah. Think you always gonna be around.
Yeah. Think you always
gonna be think I'm gonna be a dummy. And that ain't it.
Right. Like, oh yeah, that's my dummy. I can do whatever I want to do. She gonna be right there. Or he gonna be right there rocking and rolling. No. And then that day comes where it's like, oh my God, they not answering my phone call.
Right.
Yeah, it's over.
It's dead.
I hope you enjoyed it. It's
exactly.
Over. So yeah.
You played yourself.
See, that's y'all. Y'all don't answer phone calls anymore. I still answer a phone call.
But it'll be a different vibe. Like,
if I'm single, I'm still gonna answer.
No, let's be clear because, you know, I want to be clear on this because, you know, Mark over here is talking about how men would do this, men would do that, right? Women will do that too. Exactly. Let's be clear, okay? Women will still hit you, like hit it, okay?
And be like, all right.
And be like, all right, goodbye. Yeah.
Yeah, women will do that. I typically don't like to dabble with my exes because I just don't. Like, you don't even deserve it. To be very honest, like, once I'm done with you, I want to be so done that you can never hit it again. Like, you're mad.
Well, in this situation, listen, I can't speak on exes because, like I said, I don't have like a bunch of like exes of people that I've been in a relationship with. But I will say that I've cut somebody off and tap that, double back to tap that again. I've done that.
And people do, you know, and I have done that, and I didn't like how that felt. I didn't like giving them access to me again because now, you know, especially if I still had cared about you, no, I don't want you to have access to me. Now, if it's just somebody I was dating around, I don't care about that.
Situation.
But when I loved you, believe when I take that access away, it's done. Ask about me. It's done.
Right.
You will never have access to me again.
I mean, our emotions be involved though too.
Yeah, and it's just, even if I took it out, I'm not giving it to you. Know that.
I don't give a fuck. Like,
I'm cool. I'm not giving it to you.
When you're talking about a relationship, I understand what you're talking about. But as far as somebody like I was
if you're dating, if you're just dating, that's a different thing. But somebody who's hurt me and I was like in love with you, it's over for you. You will never smell this joint like ever again. I just need to let you know that. Ever. So that's just how I feel when it comes to somebody I was actually in a relationship with. Once it's done, it's over for you.
So how do we feel about friendships? When do you let friendships go?
When they're no longer serving you as well.
I'm still figuring that the fuck out. So
when it's no longer serving you as well, it's a little. I feel like friendships are so much more complicated because it's a relationship, but y'all not having sex.
All right.
Well, some of you. But I feel like it's hard because it's like, this person, you and this person could have been friends for years.
Right.
You know what I mean? And maybe y'all having a misunderstanding now, but it's still a relationship. It still can be worked on if you communicate.
Right. I feel like friendships are very complicated.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't know like what to do and how to move. And sometimes you don't talk to the fucking friend for years.
Forever.
For a while. Like it could be months, it could be years. Friendships
they're complicated.
It's complicated and it's difficult. And I've been in situations where I haven't talked to, you know, friends, people I consider sisters, family for a while. And then, you know, we go through things and have arguments. And then we might have a conversation that it really was needed because maybe it was misunderstandings on both sides. And we talked about it and we, you know, came to some conclusion and we're cordial now. We're friends. We're building that friendship back up. Like that's sometimes how that happens. But then if other situations where you just completely fall back from the person, possibly, or they fall back from you, or whatever the case may be, and y'all just don't talk, and it's like a weird. It's like you don't know what to call it. Like I'm not going to say that you're not my friend anymore, but I really don't talk to you. So like. It's a weird thing.
Or if you trying to reach out to this person and they're not reaching out to you, it's like, you know, some people you outgrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's just all kinds of stuff. Some people are childhood friends. Other people are lifetime friends. Some people they were in your life for that reason, for a purpose, and then you outgrow them. I don't know. It's hard. Or, I mean, some of them come back. So it's really complicated. Yeah. Like you said, when it comes to friendships, that's a hard one.
It is, because loyalty, I always say there's no reward for loyalty. And I really feel like when you think about the times I spent and all the time you got put in, it can really fuck with your head. Because you feel like, you know, this is my man. It's like, we've been in this shit. We've been in crazy situations together. We don't talk to bitches together. Might have fucked bitches together. Who knows? But, so when this nigga starts switching up on you doing shit, then you can't really feel it at first. Like, damn, like, something's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really know what it is yet. You know what I mean? Y'all don't really talk as much as I used to. You know what I'm saying? Don't communicate. And then it's like, I don't know. It's hard for me, like, to reach out. You know what I mean? And I need to get better at that personally. You know what I'm saying? But all of a sudden, niggas, they can always call me, too. It's two-way phone. You know what I mean? Like, so I think the communication gets lost. You know what I mean? Then you don't like certain niggas, your man might hang around. You know what I mean? They might be on some bullshit, or you don't never really feel any vibes, so then that's probably the reason why you don't really hang out with them as much. You know what I mean? They always on the same bullshit. They're not growing with you.
That's true. You know that's a lot of reasons why friendships.
You know, like I'm on a different wave.
Even relationships.
You know, I'm focused on a different path, and you still want to go out every night, talk to bitches, and be out the 4 in the morning at the after spot. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not on that, bro. You know what I mean? Like, by 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm tired. I'm ready to go home. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're in a relationship, man. Like, bro, I got something at the crib, man. I'm not on that type of time. I'm not proud like you, bro. You still trying to get a number. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, damn.
Hang it up, honestly.
Like, damn, bro. If you ain't this bitch number by 11:30, bro, you need to just give it up. Like, you tripping. Like, even when I was single, I did that. I'm like, bro, I put my work in. You know what I'm saying? Got all the digits I needed to get, and I was out. You know what I mean? Like, I never wanted to stay all night on that bullshit. So when they still on that same shit, it's like, bro, come on. You know, and then they always try to make you feel like the grass is greener. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you want what I want. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to make me feel like being single.
But that be the case a lot of times.
You know what I'm saying? Like, single was popping, and you know what I'm saying? You secretly hating. Like, nigga, you want what I want, bro. You don't want to do this shit no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially once you start getting older. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I don't know. You use that connect. But I always feel like some people you lose that communication with because once they still on that one wave and you're not on that wave, that's when it gets lost. And all of a sudden, we could just chill. You know what I'm saying? We come over, we play 2K, we could chill, watch a movie, Chief. have a drink, share some stories, bro. We don't have to go out. I don't understand why niggas feel. Some people feel like people just want to be seen. I guess.
Yeah.
Where the hoes at and shit like that, bro. But I'm not on that wave no more.
Right.
You know.
And that's why people grow apart sometimes.
And it's like you can't. It's hard to communicate that. You know what I mean? Like you don't really tell your man's. Like, yo, bro, I'm not on that type time no more, man. It's hard to really get that across.
Well, I mean, it's called communication.
And that's a thing, too. You have to communicate with your friends just as much as you have to communicate with your partner.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like it just works both ways. Like, nobody's a mind reader here. Yeah. You know, so y'all got to have those conversations. Sometimes it's hard conversations that you might have to have with your friends, you know?
And they're like, oh, you don't never want to go out no more. Well, listen. Okay, I mean, what is in the club? Really? Sometimes it is fun to go out but I'm not trying to go out every weekend. I'm just not. I got things to do. I'm tired. Also, when you get older, I feel like, at least when I got older, I don't want to be in the club all the time.
Right.
If it ain't a hookah chill spot, I'm not trying to go, first of all. If I can't sit down, I'm not going. Right. So it's just like, you might have different things. You know, you outgrow each other. Maybe this person is doing this, and then they start hanging with their other friends because they're like-minded. You know what I mean? They want to do the same things.
Right.
So there's that.
Yeah.
You know.
You definitely. I mean, you got to keep in mind that we're all on our individual journeys.
Yeah.
So whatever way your path takes you, that may not be my path.
Right.
So and that's another thing. Like sometimes it is just what it is. It's life, and we can't like really get upset about it. Y'all just not on that same path.
Yeah, we're on a different journey.
You know, y'all.
And you can still be friends even though you're on a different journey.
Yeah.
It just, I guess I'll say if the person's open-minded, because you might not always want to do what they want to do.
Right.
Especially if you're on your path and it doesn't look like theirs. That's why you do sometimes outgrow each other. And like you said, in a relationship too, you can start, thinking a whole different way. And this person like, you acting different. Yeah, because I'm like leveling up.
Right, exactly.
Or I'm interested in this.
I'm evolving.
I'm evolving, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
You saw that same bullshit.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it comes down to. Like, some people, they're comfortable with being exactly where they are. Right. And sometimes you have to leave them exactly where they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to do that.
We have to.
Because I'm not going to stop my growth because you don't want to grow up and mature and evolve. Like,
doing that same stuff. That's that doesn't interest me anymore. So it's just like, and that could be with family too.
Right. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Family just, it's very sensitive.
It's family because
it's family.
That's your family.
Yeah. You didn't pick your family.
You don't.
And that's the difference. You get to pick and choose your friends, your partners, but your family, you ain't picked them.
You didn't pick them.
They chose you. God, chose that for you.
Exactly.
So, you know what I mean? So that we can talk about that too. Like, when do you cut family off? Like, do you cut family off in general?
It's hard to say. Like, family is tough, just like friendships are tough. I've never had a situation where I felt like I had to straight up cut family off. Do I get in arguments with family? Absolutely.
Yeah, these two is tearing it.
He is really irritating, yo. Like,
what was we tearing?
WWE.
When? Bye, sir.
When?
Our birthday party.
Oh, we was not tearing it. Let's be clear.
Everybody get the mix in.
Anyway, we're sisters. So
we're sisters. We have arguments, and honestly, I feel like we don't have as many as we could.
Yeah, we don't. We don't have as many.
She threw the macaroni and cheese at her. That shit.
Oh, right. Why you wasn't even there?
Right. Exactly.
Like, anyway.
Yeah, we get into arguments all the time, like with family members, and I'm not saying we get into arguments, but like you get into arguments with family.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Like that's just
family. Like you're going to disagree sometimes,
right?
And that's okay. I feel like just put them boundaries up. Just like, you know what I mean? You have to establish them boundaries. You have to communicate. Like, look, that hurt my feelings. You know what I mean? Like you have to. Of course, it's awkward. Sometimes you don't want to, but you have to. Because otherwise, then they always going to do that thing that you don't like. And like Sissy said, they're not a mind reader.
Yep. No,
so how do they know? So it's delicate. But you do have to put them boundaries up with your family. Sometimes I've like not spoken to family members, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's awkward. But I'm like, all right, maybe you needed that space, and then you come back and it's like, okay, this is what was going on.
Right.
So it gets very delicate.
I had a brother, so like, maybe if I had a brother, we would have been like on that type of button head shit. But me and my sister came pretty close. My mom used to say, I don't want y'all walking around my house speaking to each other. So, you know, she made that emphasis when we was young.
So y'all had to squash your beef?
Yeah. But as I got older, you know, and especially after my mom passed away, you know, I always, you know, took on myself to be the man in their lives. And I think sometimes they might look at me to that aspect, especially my younger sister.
They just say, we in Philly in this nice house.
You know, so like I always try to remember that in my head. Like we don't talk all the time, and I need to do a better job always making sure I communicate with them. You know, I mean, I have my stuff going on, they have their stuff going on, but I always try to, you know, make sure I stay around and try to communicate with them as much as I can. I'm not perfect at it, but I'm trying to do better. You know.
Take your time, brother Mark. Take your time.
Take your time.
I feel like, you know, I always try to make them know that I'm here for them. And like I try to make sure that, you know, they have a strong man in their life that they can count on and give them that, you know, communication with. And I feel like, you know, I do that with them because I feel like something my mom would want me to do. You know, always thinking about her and thinking about what she used to say to me growing up. So I try to, you know, even when we argue and we fight, you know what I mean, I always try to be the one to be the bigger person. You know, it's just I know, like, I'm not trying to argue with you. You know, I'm not trying to do this. I'm not trying to argue with you. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's have a conversation, figure out what's going on. I don't want to argue. I'm over that arguing shit, man. You know what I mean? Let's figure out what the problem was. And I'm big enough man to admit when I'm wrong. So I'm like, okay, well, what did I mess up at? What did you want? What was bothering you? What was you trying to do better? You know, so
you don't cut? Do you cut family off ever?
I never had a situation where I had to cut family off. I don't really fuck with the majority of my family like that. Only a few.
It's a few.
Yeah, so I never had a situation.
And what was the point where you had to cut the family off? Did they disrespect you, or like when you cut their family member off, you feel like they what, you know what I mean? Led up to that, they disrespected you.
I mean, I never really liked certain family members because of certain vibes they was giving me. So we never grew. I never grew a relationship with them. Made a bond with them.
I can say that for a lot.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't on the same link. Some people you closer to the numbers. You know what I'm saying? You don't force shit; it just happens. You know what I'm saying? But I never had a situation where I had to cut somebody off though. I just didn't fuck with you in the first place. So
No, but bro, like I understand that completely. Like, cause on my mom's side, I don't really have a relationship with a lot of my family members. Like my immediate family, like my mom's sisters, her brother. Like, yeah, I grew up knowing them and my cousins in that circle.
Right.
But like, as far as anybody else, I really don't have a relationship or a connection with them really like that. And then with daddy's side,
right.
I'm more connected with daddy's side. Right. But even still, we have so many family members. We're all not connected. We're all not,
and that's just off of vibes, like you said, or like whatever. We might not even have gotten that much acquainted as we should.
Exactly.
And that's kind of like that on my mom's side of the family too. Like, we got a bunch of family, but do I know all of them? No. And some of them are taking like time to get to know us, and I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's what's up. Like, even the younger generation, you know what I mean? I feel like that's definitely good. To get to know each other. You got to know your family. At least know them. You know what I mean? You ain't got to like everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was busted up with you at family reunions or functions.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just a personable guy in that aspect, but like outside of that, I mean, like some of your pictures on the socials. That's it. I don't even gonna talk to you.
And that's good. Not gonna always vibe with everybody.
I'm close with. I don't. It's like whatever, man.
It seems like you vibe with more people that you really grew up with. Like,
yeah, that's just how it is.
Okay.
And it's never anything personal. It's just like, this is the people that I know and comfortable with. And it's not to say that you can never,
get comfortable.
Yeah, grow a bond with somebody that you didn't grow up with and things like that. It's just like, it's going to take some work on both sides. Yeah. It can't be like a one-sided thing. If you want to get to know me and I want to get to know you, that's where that's going to work out in. But other than that, I'm not going to be like, hey, how you doing? I'm trying to get to know you. You want to hang out? And you like, It's the same thing. If it's not consistent, then I don't want it. Regardless.
Yeah.
Or if it's not a mutual thing.
Yeah, I don't want to feel like I'm trying to be all Joe with it.
Right.
Like, hey, you know what I mean? Because I don't want you like, no, I'm that nigga, man. Fuck you. You should want to get to know me. I'm not doing that shit, man.
He said what he said, okay?
I'm not be all right. I barely talk to you. Why am I being hypeful?
Because now you want a dick eater, and I'm not that person, okay?
I'm not going to do that.
No, but for real, I feel like it's tough. I feel like each category is tough, whether it's dating, relationships, friends, family. I feel like when you're dating somebody or getting to know somebody, it's easier to cut them off because it's not that much feelings attached.
Well, that song, it ain't nothing to cut that bitch off.
It ain't nothing to cut that.
Period. At first, it's really not.
It's
not.
At first. But then when it starts to get into those relationships and, those feelings developing, that's when things start to get a little bit more complicated. Yeah. And then, as it go on, it just gets harder and harder because the stronger the connection is.
Right. The stronger the connection, it's hard to cut that person off.
It's definitely harder to cut it off. So I feel like it's no right or wrong way. I definitely feel like you shouldn't let people take advantage of you.
And walk all over you.
But I already know that everybody's different and it takes people a little longer. Some people a little longer to like realize and be done. Sometimes the motherfucker never do. Sometimes the person is still carrying on, treating them like shit, and they just okay with it. But it's one of those things. If you like it, I love it. And that's
another thing when it comes to friendships too, and family too. Like, mind your business sometimes.
Yeah.
You gotta know when to mind your business, because if that person like it, as long as they're not getting harmed in hands and feet, and even sometimes then.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta mind your business because you might insert yourself in something and they like hands and feet, so you gotta mind your business.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta know.
It's hard to do sometimes.
It is. I'm gonna tell you. Listen, I might give you some advice. If you don't take it, hey. I told you, I can't force nothing down your throat. And if you love it there, hey, if that works for you, okay. I've learned that over the years. Mind your business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes you definitely need to mind your business. But at the same time, though, too, if you want to continue for the person that's going to keep keeping on, if you're going to continue to deal with that person, stop telling people.
Stop telling people because they don't care at this point.
Because at that point, you're toxic.
Yeah.
And you're bringing that toxic energy towards me.
Right.
And I don't want it.
I don't want to get in the middle of that toxic stuff.
I don't.
You can't. Call the cops. That's what
Yeah,
you call.
call the cops. That's their job.
Yeah, like it's just at that point I don't even want to hear about boom boom boom.
No, seriously. That's the whole thing. And if you don't want me, and that's another thing, like if you don't really want my opinion, stop asking.
Yeah, and don't ask me for
Stop
it.
telling me, like leave me out of it.
And I've learned some people just want to ramble on and they want you to listen.
And that's true.
And I'm like, all right, go ahead. What you got to say?
Right.
Spewed it out. Go ahead. You know what I mean?
Well, you got more teeth last time I saw you.
What?
I ain't got no teeth. What
Hey,
I'm gonna dickhead. I don't care. We're gonna keep talking about this. I told you I want to talk about this some more. So now I'm gonna grind you up.
Well, like it get like this sometimes. So yeah, like we said, it get complicated as it goes on.
It does.
The more you're connected with somebody, relationships get complicated. And as all three of us sit here, we all told you different situations and
different
how we feel in situations. Nobody is going to be the same or handle situations exactly alike. So yeah. So let us know. When do you let them go?
When do you cut people off?
When do you cut it off? When is enough? When is it time to go?
Yeah. Comment below.
Being on the other side of that shit though could fuck you up too. Somebody cut you off like, damn, why this bitch cut me off?
Oh my, that's true. That's true.
You be
Getting
mad as
cut
shit. I'm
off,
like, damn.
like, excuse you.
What the fuck? What happened? What did I do?
I've been blocked. Really?
You know what I mean? Then you try to think about it. I apologize. Why we can't?
Right.
And it's being a nigga, like, I'm just more like, damn, I can't get that double twist no more. Because she don't want to talk to me.
Anyway,
comment
below and let us know about a situation where you had to cut somebody off. Whether it's somebody you was dating, a family member, a friend. Let us know your story. Okay. And also remember, we have our email address, bigmamaenergy@gmail.com. Okay. So go ahead and send us those emails. Let us know what you guys want to hear from us. Send us those topics, because we want to give you some good content. Okay. All right. So as always, remember to like,
comment,
share,
and subscribe.
Bye, guys.